Episode 3. So we're diving into Fantasy Pros, number 3 running back this week, and this is where things might get a little bit shaky in terms of your rankings versus theirs, right? But we're going to talk about Ezekiel Elliott today, and in their rankings, he's still above Dalvin Cook. They're in the same tier, but Zeke is still a hair ahead, and I can see why they have him there. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed, and I get the concern about Mike McCarthy. I do think he's an upgrade over Jason Garrett, but that's not where I'm going to, bank on the production for Zeke. Where I'm putting my faith is in Kellen Moore. And so in his first year as the Cowboys OC, he basically introduced that entire offense to motion before the snap. It didn't happen prior to Kellen Moore being in Dallas, and it's really brought some life into this offense. And Moore is a young mind that's designed a very high-powered offense, and on top of that, their defense is absolutely garbage. They're going to have to score points to win games. Some of that's going to go through Zeke on the ground, and more of it's going to go through Zeke in the air. And to be honest with you, I believe Kellen Moore has a chance to be the next Kyle Shanahan, right? With this offense that he is developing in Dallas, he could grow into something like Kyle Shanahan. But back to Zeke. So one thing you'll notice is that Zeke isn't always used in the passing game. But towards the end of the season, 43% of Elliott's targets came in the final 5 games of the season. So it's about 30% of the season, and about 43% of his targets were there. So Kellen ended up using him more towards the end of the season. And my first instinct was, this is just because of Amari Cooper's injury, but it's not, right? Amari Cooper still had 37 targets over that same 5-game span. So, 7 targets a game, that's nothing to ignore. If Zeke is getting these targets while Amari is getting 7, he's still going to have some. And when they line up with Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb, there is no way a defense can go in there and stack the box against them. Zeke is going to be running against soft defenses all the time. And one kind of concern for him is Dak Prescott's rushing ability. In every season before 2019, Dak Prescott has had exactly 6 rushing touchdowns, and in 2019 he only had 3. So you might see a little concern about Dak getting more rushing touchdowns in 2020, and that's fair. But one thing I'm not worried about is Tony Pollard. I don't think he's going to take any touches from Zeke, and if you think he is, I'm going to disagree with you now. But last thing on Zeke is he's got tread on the tires, but I feel like he's just a little bit safer than Cook. He doesn't have an injury history, right? Other than the holdout year, he's only missed a maximum of 1 game per season. So he's been healthy. So that's another reason why I can see Zeke ahead of Cook. And especially with kind of this kind of short season that's going on with limited training camp, all of that, we might see more injuries. So I'm kind of leaning towards these guys that have been healthy in the past and have this history, as well as playing in a young offensive coordinator's system that could develop into something this year.